Hey everyone, Shabby here and welcome back to some more SWE. We're back with our second of the Immunity Rumbles. Of course, the first one was yesterday and that was the Mayhem Rumble. I'm not going to tell you who won that because I don't want to spoil it for you. But I will say it was an amazing Rumble and I think you'd be very, very happy with what happened. Tonight we have for you then the... what do we have here? We have the Octane Rumble, that's what I'm trying to say. I completely lost the ability to talk there for a second. The Octane Rumble. Now this one is going to be probably not as star-studded as yesterday's one because there's a lot more cruiserweight names there. So it'll be much more varied than the one we saw the other day. And who's going to start things off here for us? At number 1, we have got Alex Shelley. Okay. So Alex Shelley's coming in number 1. Where's my fob pad gone? Oh god, I need to push my entire computer desk over then. I tried to move away from my desk while on my computer chair by pushing myself away from my desk and ended up nearly pushing everything over. Right. Why am I got my pad for? Because I don't even got this written down. Right, so I'm going to keep tab of how many people have come in. Just to give you some rough idea of how many people are left. But here we go then. Alex Shelley starts things off. Of course, part of the Title Splitters Tag Team, former Octane Tag Team Champions. Until, of course, Shabby Mania, where they lost the belts. Himself and Kushida. Will that tag team exist in WWE 2K18? The question is yet to be seen, to be honest. There's some things up in the air. There's the possibility of going Motor City Machine Guns instead and having Kushida singles. There's a possibility of having Shelley go singles and Saban go single and Kushida go single. So there's a lot of different opportunities. And number 2, wow. Okay. Number 2 is going to be The Rock. So, bit of an interesting start off here. Alex Shelley and The Rock. Not two people you'd expect to see together in a wrestling ring, but today that is going to happen. And as I mentioned in the Mayhem one yesterday, that's one of the amazing things about SWE. Now, in previous years I have done different universes. So I've done Ring of Honor, for example. I've done Retro, I've done Attitude, I've done Current Day. Global Force Wrestling, New Japan, Lucha Underground. I've done all that sort of stuff. But this, for me, is the best one because on this one, we get to create matches that you'd never normally see. By having the draft, it spreads people around and really creates some interesting dynamics, some interesting fights that you'd never normally get to see in current wrestling. So it's a chance to recreate your dream matches, I suppose. Now, of course, just like the Mayhem one yesterday as well, I am going to be offering 50 ranking points to the winner of today's Rumble. And, of course, the position on 2K18 as well. So it's a big one. It's a big one for everyone. And I remember the guy who won yesterday as well. I'm trying not to give any spoilers, but at the same time making it a bit more interesting. It wasn't as you would expect. Because the way previous Rumbles have worked out in this so far, it normally is the person who enters 30th that seems to get the win, but that wasn't the case yesterday. The person who won was in the match for a little bit of time before it ended up, so that is that's the interesting thing now. It looks like they've marked up a bit, and of course I'm really looking forward to Rumbles on 2K18 when we are going to see matches where teams will work together in the Rumble to try and prolong their time in the Rumble rather than fighting each other. Now that's a really nice addition. It's something that I have mentioned a few times in previous Rumbles, but not something I've thought about recently, so I really like that idea. Here we go then, Alex Shelley versus The Rock. Can Shelley put on a clinic here, or is he just going to get outclassed by The Rock? That's the question. It's going to be really tricky for him. Let's not make any doubt about that. It's going to be very, very tricky for Shelley to do well here. But of course, it won't be too long before we get more people in this match. I'm going to see if I can remember to mark these off. So I've not got a list of who's left on this one. That's going to be interesting for me then. Yesterday I knew who was going to be coming in towards the end. Because I had a list. I've been marking them off as they enter the match. And I knew who was left. So this time I've not got a list to go to. A shoulder block there by Alex Shelley catching The Rock. And that little tiny glitch there makes me feel that someone else is coming in. It's Jack Gallagher as number 3. The former European champion. Had a very good time so far in this universe. Really pulled off some victories you would not expect from Jack Gallagher. I think he defeated Sheamus and Oh, Mark Andrews in a triple threat match, I think it was. Then he defeated Cesaro one-on-one to become the European champion. Then he defeated Daniel Bryan one-on-one to retain that championship before, of course, losing the belt, unfortunately, to Pete Dunne at Shabby Mania. Which is not... Well, you can't go wrong with that, can you? Pete Dunne's a top-class wrestler. He really is, and I'm so glad that we get to confirm on 2K18. And look at the size difference between Jack Gallagher and Alex Shelley compared to The Rock. The Rock is a much larger man here. And Rock is being quite wise here, backing away as in comes Drew McIntyre. Very early entrance then for the former Octane champion, Drew McIntyre. Of course, missed the Money in the Bank, cashing the briefcase to become the Octane champion. And McIntyre going straight after The Rock. And this could be interesting. McIntyre can eliminate The Rock this early on. And Shelley's holding on for dear life as well on the far side. The Rock does manage to slide his way back in. So some big names in here already then. The Rock, Drew McIntyre, former Octane champion. Jack Gallagher, former European champion. It's going to be interesting to see who we get to hold on to here. There's Drew Galloway there with the air raid slam. There's Jack Gallagher dropping a knee on the back of the head of Alex Shelley. It'd be nice to have the real Jack Gallagher on the game and the real Drew McIntyre on the game as well. Drew McIntyre's DLC though, isn't he? As in comes Jay Lethal at number 5. Yeah, Drew McIntyre's DLC. We are going to get Jack Gallagher on release day, which is nice. I'd like to have McIntyre on release day as well, to be honest. But we will obviously download McIntyre as a core until his DLC version is available. And there we go then. There goes Alex Shelley, eliminated by Jay Lethal, who just entered the match and wasted no time getting involved in the action. Rock here, neckbreaker then on Drew McIntyre as Jay Lethal, big elbow drops. We've got 2 spaces in the ring for number 6 and number 7 now. In this match, only 1 man eliminated so far, that is Alex Shelley. And in comes Christopher Daniels at number 6. Rock fighting his way off the shoulders of Drew McIntyre. And there we go, Daniels trying to force the Rock over the top as well. Rock fighting his way back in. Alright, Drew McIntyre trying to eliminate Jack Gallagher as Jay Lethal looking for his second elimination of the match. Sending Jack Gallagher, I'm getting confused, my words now. My words are getting confused. I'm looking at 2 people trying to get eliminated at the same time. Right, Jay Lethal now trying to take the Rock out of the equation. You think that the rest of the guys would try and work together to get rid of the Rock, because he's surely one of the biggest names in this match. And talking of big names, in comes, of course, former WWE champion Sheamus. Not done too much so far on SWE. I'd like to see more from Sheamus, and of course his tag team partner Cesaro. I've not really done a lot with Sheamus and Cesaro, and I still, it's my own fault because I didn't really think much was going to happen with Sheamus and Cesaro, to be honest. I sort of assumed it was going to be a short-lived thing, but it seems to have lasted the entirety, and there goes Jay Lethal, eliminated by Jack Gallagher. Yeah, the whole Sheamus Cesaro thing seems to be getting stronger and stronger as we go on, so I feel like that will be a team that's going to be utilised much better in WWE 2K18. And of course, having an actual entrance on there and some tag team manoeuvres is going to help as well. So back down to 5 in the ring. We've had 7 enter already, if I've been keeping my tallies up to date, which is possible that I might have forgotten one. You know what I'm like. I get too enthralled in the action, forget what I'm doing. Nice air raid slam there once again by Drew McIntyre, this time on Christopher Daniels. Nice complete shot there, or flatliner if you will, by Drew McIntyre as Jack Gallagher trying to eliminate The Rock. That would really cap off Jack Gallagher's amazing time in SWE so far. He's had some big wins that he probably shouldn't have done. Eliminating The Rock would just add to his clutch performance so far. So of course, again, remember 50 ranking points are up for grabs for the winner of this one, as well as confirmation of their place in WWE 2K18. And of course, anybody aligned with the winner will also be added to the roster. So for example, should Sheamus win this one, then Cesaro will also be on Octane. Should Big E win this one as he enters the match, then of course all 3 members of the New Day will be on this one. So yeah, there's a lot for grabs. Not just a confirmation for yourself, but for your whole team. As straight away, Big E looking to eliminate Jack Gallagher. That's interesting to come straight in the ring and be able to eliminate someone like that, the former European champion. But Gallagher's holding on for dear life here. Will he be forced to be eliminated? As The Rock, who was number 2 into this match, still surviving. And as does Jack Gallagher, holding on for dear life. Now Sheamus, probably one of the men that I would expect would be able to eliminate The Rock. Get a little bit messy now with the 6 people in the ring. I didn't think it might get a bit messy with 8 people in the ring on 2K18 maybe, right? It could get a little bit congested. I think if the pathing's a little bit better and people don't keep bouncing into each other all the time, it might be okay. But see, at the moment it gets a little bit hectic. I'm going to struggle to commentate, I'll tell you what, on 8 people in the ring at the same time. I'm struggling now, to be honest. 8 people in the ring, 4 little fights going at the same time. That's going to be absolutely hectic. And I really want to see what happens with the whole tag teams working together thing on 2K10. That's one of the things I'm most excited about, to be honest. As Jack Gallagher now looking to eliminate Big E, as McIntyre taking Christopher Daniels up and drops him over the top, and Daniels has been eliminated. We now have spaced in for entrant number 9 to join the match. We're going to be almost a third of the way through. Now, of course, we have 3 more Rumbles to come for you. We've got the Throwdown Rumble tomorrow, the Adrenaline Rumble the day after that, and then finishing things off with the Carnage Rumble. And like I said, the winner of each Rumble will be guaranteed their spot on SWE and their brand that they win the Rumble for. And, of course, anyone aligned with them, as Big E looking to eliminate Jack Gallagher once again. Sheamus trying to force The Rock out. Drew McIntyre just taking a second to relax, and that's probably a good thing for him. Try and retain your energy as much as you possibly can. Because it's still quite early in the match, isn't it, really? Sheamus now looking to eliminate The Rock. Rock's been in there for quite some time. He might be getting tired now. Sheamus could have a chance here. And Rock is struggling a bit. You see Sheamus has him arched over, and then Sheamus does eliminate The Rock. Big elimination there by Sheamus. That's not only going to help himself out, it's really going to build his momentum and motivate him moving forward, but it's also going to help the rest of the guys out for not having to get past somebody as big as The Rock, as Sheamus now looking to follow up with an elimination on another fellow... oh, I've got to be careful here. I'm going to say European, because I always get confused with the Britain and United Kingdom, and, you know, it's not worth getting in that fight, is it? Not worth getting that argument in the comment section. I've done it before. Scott Dawson enters the ring. One half of the Revival, of course, which means, again, if he wins the match, then both himself and Dash Wilder will stay on this brand. And again, Revival, a team that I'd like to see more of so far in this universe, man. I must admit, I've probably been a bit of a stickler for myself. I've not really used probably teams, and there goes Big E. And I don't really use the New Day a lot either. I need to... The thing is, if tag team matches work better in 2K18, well, we'll have more tag team matches. No problems with that at all. That's the main reason why we've not seen a lot of these teams, because the match type has just not worked very well for us. And I've watched a couple of matches so far, and the matches seem to finish easier. May not be clean. I've seen a couple of weird endings to matches where people, instead of trying to break a pin, will jump out the ring and go after something else instead. They'll go and attack somebody. It's really weird. As DDP... Oh, I've not been keeping track. I think DDP was number 10. I think he was number 10. Yeah. I don't know. I think Dawson was 9, DDP was 10. Yeah, if the tag team... If it does work well... I've seen a couple of tag team matches now, and they've ended pretty well, as Jack Gallagher eliminates Sheamus. No, he doesn't. Yeah, they've ended pretty easily, like first finisher or second finisher, but sometimes the way that it happens is a little bit unrealistic. Like, I saw one with Sanity versus... Who was it? Sanity versus Authors of Pain I watched. And Authors of Pain went for the pin, as here comes Xavier Woods. Another entrant, that's number 11, I believe. Yeah, what was it? Authors of Pain went for the pin, and Killian Dane was on the apron, while the other member of the Authors of Pain was on the outside. And when the Authors of Pain went for the pin, Killian Dane, instead of coming in to try and break the pin, dropped to the outside to try and attack the opponent, which I thought was a bit of a weird... Like, it should have been the Authors of Pain should be attacking Killian Dane, and Dane should be trying to come in and break the pin, but sort of a little bit backwards, and... Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, but hopefully that was just a little bit of a glitchy thing that could be patched out, of course. The game was still being developed at that point in time. It was when they shipped everyone across to America. I didn't get an invite, I never did. You think of my hardcore following of 2,900 subscribers, most of which are like fake cam girls and so forth who keep email. I get that all the time. I'm sure everyone gets that on Twitter, don't they? I've got really weird Twitter followers, I'll tell you. I think out of my Twitter followers, I don't think half of them are real. So yeah, it's me interested to see how it works out. But like I said, I'd love to do some more tag team stuff. As there goes Scott Dawson, eliminated by Xavier Woods, and cameras cut away, but Sheamus could be gone. Sheamus has been gone. Sheamus was eventually eliminated by Jack Gallagher, who once again is showing his ability. And I feel like because of the ability Jack Gallagher's showing half the time, he is going to be someone who gets fought for on 2K18. And of course, with being on the game as well, it's going to be really good. So if my numbers are correct, which I'm really doubting at the moment, I'm showing 11 people in the match at the moment we've had, which means we've got 19 left. We've got space for 2 more at this point in time in the ring, as DDP trying to work over Drew McIntyre. I can't remember who's been in the longest. It's either McIntyre or Gallagher. I've got a feeling it might be Gallagher. I think Gallagher might have been 3, McIntyre might have been 4. So both of them have been in the match for quite some time now. Xavier Woods lining up Jack Gallagher here. Looking for, is it Lost in the Woods or something like that? I forgot what it's called now. It's a bit of a weird move, isn't it? If that's his finishing move. I think his finishing move is the Eat Defeat, isn't it? Nice DDP with a powerbomb as in comes Dash Wilder. His tag team partner not long eliminated. Not seen any teams to get in the ring together. We're really big. He was eliminated, then Xavier Woods came in. Scott Dawson eliminated, then Dash Wilder come in. Right, I'm going to mark that down where I remember. Number 12 then. Dash Wilder in theory. Don't need to know exactly what number we're at, I suppose. Just randomly. Just close-ish, so I know roughly where we are in the match. I can probably tell by the length of the match, really. I'm 18 minutes into this video now. We're at 12 people. So I should imagine we've got like another... Oh, there we go. We just had an elimination. Who's that? Is that Jack Gallagher's gone? Yeah, Jack Gallagher eliminated by Xavier Woods. I did this yesterday. I look across to my computer screen to make sure that it's still recording okay as in comes Big Cass. Yeah, I look across my computer screen to make sure it's recording okay. And it's like 2 or 3 seconds behind. So by the time I've realised someone's been eliminated, I look back at the screen. I can't see who it is because it's I've lost that 3 seconds in the middle. But I have to keep just double checking because I have had it in the past where it does completely glitch out and it just stops recording. It's frustrating, it really is, but there we go. So I do need to keep checking just to make sure I'm not missing any of the action. Clubbing blow to the back there by Dash Wilder. That was number 13, by the way, Dash Wilder's entrance. And I think we're awaiting the entrant number 14 very, very soon. Not Dash Wilder, sorry, Big Cass. Now, I will say that Big Cass and Enzo Amore will be drafted separately in 2K18, just to trial it, see how it goes. But I don't know if that'll be long term because I don't know what else we can do with Dash Wilder and I don't know what else we can do with Big Cass and Enzo. Enzo is going to be some sort of strange cruiserweight that both me and Peach Toby are probably not going to want. And Big Cass is going to be some sort of upper mid carder who, again, me and Peter Toby are probably going to fight over, but not because we want them, but because we don't really want them. So, yeah, it's a weird one. I suppose he does have his uses, and in comes... Is that Lord Stephen Regal? It is. Regal enters at number 14, almost halfway through now. One more man will make it 15. But, of course, we do need elimination first, because we do have 6 people in the ring at the moment. McIntyre gets caught with a reverse DDT. Oh, my arm. I'm telling you, because the way my desk and everything's situated, I end up leaning on my left arm all the time. And it does make my arm bloody ache, I tell you. I get it, like I've been playing so much FIFA recently and my arm's been really killing me. There we go, DDP trying to eliminate Regal. Wilder trying to eliminate Big Cass. Remember, 50 ranking points up for grabs here as well to the winner. So basically just force your way into the championship picture. The guy who won yesterday, he'd not had a very good universe mode, the guy who won yesterday at all. So the 50 points really helped him out. Took him from joint 1 from bottom of the rankings up to about 5th in the rankings. So it's really helped him out a massive way. And of course that doesn't mean he's guaranteed to be on the Mayhem roster for next year. Who is going to be guaranteed to be on the Octane roster? I think it'd be number 16 on the Octane roster because the way that the... that's why the Rumble is not as strong as it could have been because we're already guaranteed 16 people. 15 people already. So those 15 people would have all been guaranteed a spot in this Rumble. Of course, Kenny Omega, Mighty Skull, Cody, the Young Bucks, Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, Hiromu Takahashi, along with the other guys of Los Ingobernables, or the Ungovernables. So yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, and it's going to make an interesting Rumble here. I'm hoping we get another strong winner, because our main event is looking a little bit up and down at the moment. We don't know roughly where our main event's going to be at this point in time. I've sort of been a little bit dubious with some sort of dark horse style main event picture. We know, of course, we've got the champion Tanahashi. We know we've got that already. We know we've got Kenny Omega. We know we've got Cody and Mighty Skull, both potential world champions. We've got Pete Dunne, potential world champion. We've got Tetsuya Naito, potential world champion. And there goes Big Cass. We're not guaranteed Big Cass then. So yeah, it's a way to really... Oh, and there goes... Who was that? Who went? Drew McIntyre. He'd been there for quite some time, McIntyre. So yeah, we've got quite a few big names, and there goes Xavier Woods as well. Wow, we had 6 people in the ring, all of a sudden 3 eliminated within the space of 20 seconds. Gives us 3 more spaces for 15, 16, and 17 to enter this match. As Dash Wilder now eliminates Lord Steven Regal as well. And we've got space for 4 in the ring now. That's a real big clear out that's just happened here in this Rumble, isn't it, really? I like the special eliminations. I do like those. And that one there by Dash Wilder, the cool little... what's the word I'm thinking of? The double knees in the face into the double knees in the face into the drop kick. As in comes Kalisto, of course, the former... Well, he is the current, actually. Number 15, the current king of the cruiserweights. Will he be able to retain that moniker in 2K18? Of course, he is now part of the cruiserweight division in WWE. Which is... it perplexes me why he hasn't been, in fairness. Him and Sin Cara should have been 2 of the names first on that cruiserweight list. Well, why wouldn't they be? I know they're on the main roster already, but they're cruiserweight wrestlers and they're much better suited there. Not fighting it out and being put over other people. As in comes Kushida. Wow, early draw for Kushida as well. He's number 16. I'm a little bit worried because I know there's some weaker people that are still due to come in, but there's also some stronger people still due to come in as well. I don't want... The thing is, there's certain people that I would like to have my roster, but I wouldn't want them to win this because I feel like we could have a much stronger person take up the position to guarantee a spot. So that's the risk we take, I suppose. There's Dash Wilder trying to eliminate DDP. And it's an interesting battle here between Kalisto and Kushida. So, of course, it was it? And there goes DDP. I'm trying to remember back now what happened. Did Kalisto get a shot at Kushida for winning? As in comes Cesaro. Did Kalisto get a shot at Kushida for winning the Cruiserweight tournament? I think he might have done. I think... No, he didn't, did he? That's a bit harsh, isn't it? I should have done that, really, shouldn't I? I don't think he did. I think Kushida won the Cruiserweight Championship. Then we did the Fatal 4-Way ladder match, which was won by... As there goes Dash Wilder. Then we did the Fatal 4-Way ladder match, which was won by Mustafa Ali. And then Mustafa Ali defended it against Takahashi at Shabby Mania, which again was another championship change. So no, I don't think we have actually done Kalisto get the championship. I'm sure Kalisto will get a championship match at some point in 2K18. Can almost guarantee that. Because he's one of my favourite cruiserweights. As in comes Zack Ryder. Right, good. Get Zack Ryder out of the way. He's one of my favourite cruiserweights, Kalisto. Seen a lot of him. I didn't get a chance to see him in the UK. He did one tour that I was aware of in the UK before he went to WWE, and he did the Southside Wrestling Speed Kings tournament. And it was one that me and PJ Toby were looking to go to, and I think PJ Toby's work shifts changed, and we couldn't go at a weekend, and I could have gone on my own, but I never did go on my own, and it was a shame because it was literally right before he joined for WWE, and I watched a lot of it in Combat Zone Wrestling and so forth, so I was a big fan of Kalisto already. And I'm so happy when he starts to get the push that he deserves, and now hopefully... The thing is, I don't think he's going to, but I would love to see him take the belt away, as in comes Aiden English, another one of the weaker people left. I would love to see Kalisto take that belt away from Enzo Amore, I really would. But I don't think it's going to happen. Solely because Enzo's only just got the belt. I know the belt's been pretty much a hot potato anyway, but I think they're trying to build Enzo up as something. I don't know what they're building him up as, though, a heel or a face or what. Winning with a low blow like he did the championship is weird anyway. I don't think I watched that pay-per-view yet. I think I did. No, I watched it at work. Oh my god, when I figured out I could watch the WWE Network on my phone. I don't know why. I knew I could, but I never did. So now whenever there's a pay-per-view on, I just go into work, set my phone up in front of my computer, and then just watch the pay-per-view while I'm working. As you do. I say watch the pay-per-view as I'm working. As in comes Mark Andrews. I believe that is number 20. Unless I've missed one or two, I think that's number 20. I could be wrong. There's a big chance I'm wrong, but there you go. So there's now 6 people in the ring, so nobody is going to enter now until we do get an elimination. So we're getting a few of the weaker ones out the way. No offense to the guys who've entered, but they're not quite at the quality of some of the ones that are still to enter. As my pen falls off the desk there. Well done, pen. You made a nice loud noise there. Kalisto sending Cesaro over the top. Now, can Kalisto eliminate Cesaro? So Aiden English sending Zack Ryder over there now as well. Now, I like Aiden English, you know. I think now he's going for his singles run, we could see a better side of Aiden English. We could see a better side of him. I think... I'm not saying that Simon Gotch held him back, but I'm saying maybe the tag team held him back a little bit. It never really transferred onto the main roster as well as it did in NXT. As there goes Kushida. Eliminated by Mark Andrews. Somebody who I had a feeling would be on the game as part of the UK DLC pack. But apparently 2K Nukes decided that none of the UK guys were going to be on the game because it's better to have the UK Championship on the game but none of the wrestlers who can actually fight for it. That's the best way of doing it, obviously. You know. No sarcasm there whatsoever. Nothing at all. Wow, looks like Cesaro was going for the uppercut and Kalisto caught him with a knee in the face as Aiden English up top. Very risky maneuver. In a rumble, you get a slight push, you get a slight knock and you're gone. Oh, look at that. It was fantastic, that. That was real poetry in motion there by Aiden English and Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews dived at the top of English as he rolled under. It was a real pretty little move, and I'm surprised no one's entered the ring yet. I was a little bit worried. Oh, nice elimination there by Kalisto. The spinning kick right to the side of the face of Mark Andrews. And there's Andrews gone. There goes Zack Ryder as well. So just like earlier, and here comes somebody. I didn't see who that was, actually. Coming down to the ring. It's Matt Cross. Okay. That's confused me. I didn't think I put Matt... I was looking for Matt Cross and I couldn't find him on the list. I didn't think I put him in there, but evidently I have done. Which is good. So I think that's number 21. That these were 9 names left. And I know 5 off the top of my head. There's so-and-so, so-and-so. Oh, who's the third so-and-so? Yeah, so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. So I know 5 of the 9 off the top of my head, I think. 3, I'd be very happy to win. 2 of... I would be disappointed, but it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. Although if the 2 that I'm thinking of are 1, I think Peter Toby would laugh his head off at me. But I feel like I can do well with them. And there goes Aiden English as well. Kalisto is on absolute fire here. Eliminations left, right, and centre. As in comes Fandango. So that's one of the 5 I was thinking of. And PJ Toby, if you're watching this right now, would be laughing at the idea of Fandango winning this match. And there goes Cesaro. Okay. Okay, so we're on to... Oh, did I miss 22? I feel in Matt Cross was 21 and Fandango's 22, yeah. We've got space for 3 in the ring, which will take us up to 25. We've got 8 people left. As Matt Cross DDT there on Kalisto. Cross bring Kalisto back up to his feet. Over the top he goes. And in comes Tyler Breeze. And as I said, they haven't got the dynamic on this game where teams will work together. Because if this was 2K18, then you'd feel pretty strong that Fandango and Tyler Breeze would be able to do well here working together as Breeze Dango. Or the Fashion Police, whatever they're going to be on 2K18. Be nice to have their proper Fashion Police attires and entrance music and so forth. And I feel like I'm almost guaranteed to get these two in 2K18. Because I don't think PJ Toby's going to fight me too much for them. He doesn't see the entertainment value in them. I do. I think they're fantastic. I think they're probably one of the best things on SmackDown at the moment. Wow. What a moonsault double foot stomp there by Matt Cross on Kalisto. Now the Matt Cross situation's an interesting one. If we do bring him into 2K18, it's going to depend very much on his core. If there's not a good core of Matt Cross, then we may utilize... Oh my god, it's Sin Cara. We may utilize Son of Havoc instead and just give him the ranking points that Matt Cross had, but... We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, Sin Cara is somebody I definitely want to get knocked out of this one because, yeah, I don't want that happening. And there goes Kalisto. He had a very good match so far, Kalisto. I'm quite impressed with the work he did. Very impressed with the work Kalisto did. But that is now 23 entrants. We've got space for 2 more. I think I've missed someone then, haven't I? I've not marked someone off because I'm sure I said... I don't know. I think I've missed somebody off my ticks. I think I'm going to go for 24 here. I might be completely wrong with that. But I'm going to say there's 6 people left and 2 spaces in the... this is why I don't keep notes. Oh, it's Rick Rude. I forgot about Rick Rude. Okay. It's a pretty good entry at this time of the match, actually. Again, someone I probably haven't used enough, to be fair. Someone who could have been utilised a lot better during this universe mode. Rude bringing Fandango back up now. I would, in my personal opinion, don't get me wrong, whoever wins is great. I've got someone guaranteed in the roster, but I don't think I'd be too happy with any of the 5 people in the ring right now winning. Like I said, I think Breeze Dango I'll be able to pick up in the draft, no problems. Rick Rude, I feel like Peter Devine might try and take Rick Rude. Oh, it's Kofi Kingston as well, a member of the New Day. Rick Rude, I think, is someone that PJ Toby might really want for one of his plans over on one of the other rosters. The New Day I wouldn't mind so much. It's a good, strong stable. 3 strong members who could fight it out in the main event picture. But yeah, I'd prefer none of these 6 in the ring to win this match because I think there's stronger people left. I can think of 3 people top of my head who haven't arrived in this match yet, who would be people that I'd be very happy to have on the roster, and they'd be very strong competitors for us on this roster as well. Matt Cross here trying to eliminate Tyler Breeze. Of course, 6 people in the ring now, so no one's going to enter until 1 leaves. As Tyler Breeze trying to eliminate Matt Cross. And Cross is struggling with Breeze, and there he goes. I don't think I marked that off. I'm getting terrible at this. I think there's 5 people left. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there's 5 people left. Matt Cross is gone, so there is space for 1 more to enter. As Tyler Breeze and Kofi Kingston looking to work together, trying to eliminate... What? Tyler Breeze and Sin Cara trying to eliminate Kofi Kingston. Who's going to be number 26 to enter this match then? I can't remember. Well, I know there's... yeah, I know there's... Well, out of the last 5 to enter, I know 3 of them off the top of my head. Both members of... all 3 members of New Day have been in. Both Lucha Dragons. Both members of Breeze Dango. Who's left? Who is left? Oh! That person's left, aren't they? Did I put that person in? If I have, that's very late for that person to enter. Okay. This is why I should write a list, because it's much easier for me to remember who's coming up then. I can sort of tease it a little bit, maybe. So we did with Mayhem yesterday. I had a full list in front of me of who was left, and I was marking them off as they came in. We must be seeing another member enter pretty soon, actually. Of course, the longer this goes on... There it is. Yeah, that's the person I was just thinking about. Noam Dar. So number 26 is Noam Dar. So there's 4 people left. 3 of them I know of. And the 4th one I'm not 100% sure on. As we have 3 attempted eliminations here all at once. Rick Rude on Fandango. Noam Dar fights way back in there. Does go Fandango eliminated. So Fandango is not going to win this. No surprises there. Tyler Breeze is gone as well. So both Breeze and Dango can walk up the ramp together. That gives us space for 2 more of the 4 left to enter the ring. I'm still worried about Sin Cara, I must admit. And Noam Dar. But I feel with the 3 people that I know that are left. And there goes Rick Rude. So there's 4 people left. And 3 spaces in the ring. So we're going to start to get some big names. Like I said, I know 3 of these last 4 off the top of my head. The other one is sort of lost me at the moment, but I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. Is it another strong name, or is it going to be another buffer? That's the question. I'm trying to think of some of the other buffers that I put in. I think they must have all come in by now. Reese Dango, Zack Ryder, Big Cass. We've had all the members of the tag team so far. Who's going to be then? It's Edge. Okay. Edge is here. Edge is one of the ones I knew about. Maybe I've missed the tick off here then. I don't know. Edge is one of the 3 that I knew about. So I'm still showing 3 more after Edge. Have to wait and see what happens. But Edge is a strong one, of course. Former Octane champion. Got a good chance of winning this, I feel. And straight away eliminated Noam Dar. Wow. Edge coming straight in a blaze of glory. So that's one worry out the way. I didn't want Noam Dar or Sin Cara to win this. Again, 2 people I think I can pick up on the draft pretty easily. I don't think Peter is overly interested. I wouldn't be too disappointed if Kofi won, but at the same time I'd probably not want another 3 people on the roster. Because already we've got a pretty big roster as it is, and we're going to struggle with the draft. Here comes Kota Ibushi. Now that was another one of the guys that I knew of. So there's only one more that I can think of that I know that's definitely in, and there goes Kofi Kingston. So I dropped my pen, right. So I make this 28 at the moment. Again, like I've said, I could be wrong. There's every chance I could be wrong, but I make it 28, so I make it 2 more people. And as long as Sin Cara gets eliminated from this match at some point, I'd be pretty happy, because I'm a little bit worried that Sin Cara... Oh, we go. Okay. Now, this is interesting. I'd be very happy with either of these 2 guys on my roster. But I still believe there's 2 more, so don't eliminate each other just yet. Just in case one of the final 2 is a bit dodgy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thought of someone who's definitely left. Yeah, I know one person's definitely left. And there it is, Daniel Bryan. So, I make it 1 left. We'll have to wait and see what happens, just in case I missed a tick. So we'll see what happens as time goes on. If one of these 2 get eliminated, if one of these 3, sorry, get eliminated, then we should see a little thing flash up on the screen, a little animation. So we'll know it's the final 2 or the final 3. But this is a very good selection for me. I'd be happy with any of these 3 winning. I think with what we've currently got, I think Ibushi might suit it a bit better. But, yeah. As Bryan looking to eliminate Edge, and I think Ibushi thought about helping out then, and then thought about retaining his own energy while the other 2 work theirs out, and there goes Edge. Okay. No, this is the final 2. Wow. Wow, this is getting as good as it was yesterday. The final 2 for Mayhem yesterday and the final 2 here for Octane are both fantastic. I couldn't have asked for much better. Daniel Bryan, nice underhook suplex. Right, so this is definitely the last 2. So I definitely missed somebody off when I was taking them down. So we are either going to guarantee Kota Ibushi or Daniel Bryan a place here on Octane for 2K18. I know PJ Tovey will be pretty much hoping for one of these 2 to win, because I know he's already mentioned in passing. I don't think he knows what he did, but he's already told me that he wants one of these 2 in sort of a rough idea. So I think I'd be... The thing is, if it happens the way that PJW wants it, I'd be happy. I'd be happy if either of these two winning, to be honest. At the moment, I'm just happy it's a win-win situation. I've got either Daniel Bryan or Kota Ibushi. I'd be more than happy either way. And it could work out win-win for PJ Tovey if the person that he wants to win wins. When I say the person that he wants to win, the person he wants to lose, because he wants that person on the draft. Oh, Ibushi fighting back there. Front chancer on Daniel Bryan now. Ibushi hooking it in. Nice. T-bone. Standing shooting star press as well on Daniel Bryan. And a standing moonsault as well. Really showing the high-flying nature of himself. Ibushi bringing Bryan back up. Sends him over the top. Bryan holding on for dear life. Can Ibushi eliminate him though? It's not the most thrilling of finishes if he finishes it like this. No, it's a shoulder block back in. It'd be nice to see one of the finishing maneuver finishes, wouldn't it? To oh, look at that. Short, sharp brainbuster. And of course, Daniel Bryan has had neck issues in the past. Phoenix splash by Kota Ibushi. I always said Phoenix there for a second. Slap right in the face of Daniel Bryan. Takes him up onto the shoulders, looking for the inverted Death Valley drive again, dropping him on the top of that head and the neck. Kota Ibushi definitely knows about the issues that Daniel Bryan's had in the past of injury. You can see because he's definitely working over all of those parts of the body. And again, a spiked DDT. Again, dropping Bryan on his neck, and Kota Ibushi in firm control of Bryan here. A boot right in the face. And again, both these guys would suit my theme as well, like I said earlier on, because of the way my roster has fallen and what we've got to start off with. We're going to have to go for some sort of dark horse version of a main event, because a lot of the main eventers are going to be gone by the time we get round to our pick in the draft. So both of these were fit, because Daniel Bryan's always been the natural underdog, hasn't he? That's always been his role. That's always how he's been in WWE, and there goes Daniel Bryan. We have Kota Ibushi, which was the man, in fairness, I think I was hoping to get. I am very happy with that. I am very, very happy with that. And I'm pretty sure PJ Tovey's going to be very happy with that as well. That was a terrible camera angle of the finish, wasn't it? There we go. Kota Ibushi is going to be staying on Octane for WWE 2K18. Not only that, he's also going to be given 50 ranking points to push himself in the right direction. And I think that's going to put him very close to the top, if not... well, it's definitely going to put him in the championship picture, isn't it? It puts him on 180 points, which puts him only behind Hiroshi Tanahashi, the current Octane champion. So that basically makes Ibushi, at this point in time, the #1 contender. But of course, we haven't done the draft yet. So there might be people that come in that have higher ranking points than Ibushi. So I'm not going to say for definite he's going to get the match. But with ranking points like that, he's not going to be far away from the title picture, is he? So guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like and of course subscribe, because we've got another 3 of these Rumble specials to come for you for the next 3 days. We've got Throwdown tomorrow, we've got Adrenaline the day after, and of course Carnage to finish things off before only a few days wait before the WWE 2K18 draft with myself and of course the big man PJ Tovey. It's going to be awesome now. I'm really looking forward to that. We're doing it literally as the game is released at midnight in the UK. We're going to start that draft. So we're going to be a little bit worse for wear. We're going to have a few beers on the go as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a draft uncut draft mode with a few beers down us. It could get a little bit interesting. There could be some things said. There wasn't the last one, actually. I think we come up with some right random stuff last time. It's awful, really, isn't it? But there you go. Yeah, so I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for our next Rumble special called Throwdown.